Yeah, I gotta bring those. All right, Sean. The Hebrew Israelites coming out here another week with spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glorifications to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Pakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, those the Atlanta brothers come down here in a minute. They're gonna fellowship with us. But anybody got anything to say?
It's Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1.
God.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Right. Woe unto you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. They go down to Egypt for help, man. Because y'all trust in the so-called white man system, man. Y'all think the system's gonna always exist. You think you're gonna your 401k is gonna be there. You know, you think you're gonna graduate and get that degree, all right, and get a good job. Hell no, man. It says woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, man.
Which the word woe means death and destruction, man.
Right.
Death and destruction onto you that trust into the system, man. Because if you trust into the system, it's going to cause you to take the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast of the Bible, man.
Yep.
This place known as America is temporary, man.
That's right.
As the scriptures say, it's about to be destroyed by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That's the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, man.
Read that from the top again.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1.
Call up.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Right. And y'all getting all kind of government aid, like especially the women of our nation. You know, that's gonna come to naught, man. But the only way you're gonna be able to continue to receive those goodies, so to speak, is you take that RFID chip. Like the brother just mentioned, a lot of you gonna take that chip, man, because y'all trust y'all comfort is here in Babylon, man. So you want to give me the rise to the part.
It says, and stay on horses.
Right.
Trust in chariots.
Right. Y'all trust in this system, the power structure of the so-called white man. You know, because y'all think the so-called white man's gonna be around and rule forever, man. Because you niggas got a slave mentality, man. Y'all don't have no ruling class mentality. You know, y'all have a Sambo Coon mentality, man. You know, a jucking and jiving mentality. Okay, Uncle Tom, man.
Yeah, y'all don't look towards Yahweh Shema Shai for your savior to be your help to deliver you out of distress. Y'all look for Esau, man, because Esau got military right now in front of your face. Esau got fighter jets, tanks. So y'all look towards Esau power, which Yahweh Shema Shai gave Esau that power, which he has, man. And the Lord can take that in a blink of twin. He raising up all these smaller nations and stripping Esau power away from him, man. That's why we allowed to be out here on the highways and byways and not be stoned to death or shot up.
Right.
And because Yahweh Shema Shai is stripping the power away from America, man.
That's right.
Esau. It says, because there are many, and horsemen, because they are very strong. You know, and the power structure of America is strong, man. The military might, you know, they got nuclear missiles, but it's not stronger than the hand of Yahweh, wicked, the evil, the wicked. You know, the Lord said, I created all things, even the wicked for the damn evil. And Yahweh Shai just created Esau to be evil for a short time, man. To be a whooping stick on to Israel. You know?
Right.
It says, because they are very strong, but they look not onto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Right, y'all don't look to Yahweh Shema Shai. Y'all look for Esau, man. You know, you don't look up to your power, man, for help. You know, you don't call on, because number one, y'all don't know the names. Y'all don't know the two names of the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai, the Son, man. So y'all gonna be caught out there, man, when all your calamity comes upon you. And the so-called white man, the one you go to, is gonna be fucking you niggas up, man.
And that's what they're gonna be caught out there in.
Yep.
Taking that RFID microchip, man.
Right. And that's gonna be mandatory real soon, man.
That's right.
You know, it's gonna be forced real soon. Right now, it's optional. You got a choice whether you want to take that or not, man. But real soon, it's gonna be mandatory. You do? Yeah, you go ahead and bring it out. And then bring out all that money.
This is October 3.
Hey, cause these niggas trusting oppression, man.
Right.
This is Proverbs 3:31. If you are not the oppressor,
And that's
and choose
Esau,
none of
man.
his way.
Hey, Esau and these heathens, man. Esau is the oppressor, though, man. He oppressing 2/3 all of us, man. He oppressing the whole nation of Israel, man. This devil oppressing the whole world, you know. And when the wicked is in authority, the people mourn, man. And Esau is the wicked that's in authority right now, man. Which Esau is the so-called white man. He's in authority right now, and he's ruling. And you got people that don't have food.
Right.
You got these other countries that Esau just over there patrolling for their resources like a leech, leeching off these other nations, man.
Yep.
Hey, these people are mad at the so-called white man Esau Edom, man.
Yep.
Hey, that's why they're gonna shoot nuclear missiles on the source of America, man.
That's right. Thermonuclear fire is coming, man. Via World War III. America's gonna be destroyed real soon by thermonuclear fire, man. All right, World War III is on the brink, man. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, they getting ready to nuke this motherfucker, man.
It's all in the news, man. It's all in the media, in the news, and people don't want to accept it, man. That's why they're gonna be caught out here as a thief in the night.
That's right.
And because the Lord ain't waiting on nobody, man. People gonna be out here, you know, hey, living a normal day. Hey, you niggas even made a song about it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you niggas got something about they ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, these niggas gonna have worries real soon, man.
Exactly.
Hey, because all hell about to break loose in America, man.
That's right.
You know, and these niggas gonna get caught out there. They don't want to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, man.
That's right.
How about Shimmy out shot, man? You know, we out here warning you week in and week out, man. The Lord ain't playing no games, man. But y'all look at us like we just joking up here, like we just up here for your amusement, man. They look funny or something, man. And y'all ain't taking this serious. Y'all taking it very lightly, man. You know?
And that's how they act, man. Like we just up here for fun. You know, people make a spectacle out of us. You know, we out here with Bibles in our hand telling people prophecy, man. That all hell about to break loose, man. But y'all clearly, y'all just at rest here, man.
This is Psalm chapter 62, verse 10. Trust not in oppression.
Trust not in oppression, man. And America is oppression, man. You got our people here, we're in the ghettos, and a so-called white man, by the way, the Willie Lynch letter turned us against us, each other, separated the houses, which ultimately it go back to the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. You know? Hey, check that chapter out, man. Deuteronomy chapter 28 really tell us why we in the predicament that we in for disobeying the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem El Shai, man.
That's right.
That's why we really in this predicament. But Esau further added on to it, man. Yeah, God. That's what I meant to say, God. You know, and the so-called white man got to pay for that, man. And he gonna pay, man. He gonna pay by blood, man.
That's right.
Thus said the Lord. Thus said the Bible, man. We don't care if you damn Edomites got something to say, because it's gonna happen, yo. And you 2/3 niggas, man.
Psalm 62 and 10 again. Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery.
And niggas trust in oppression, man. Niggas get robbed every day, B. You know? And we on the plantation working a 12-hour day. You know? You work for 2 weeks. Check ain't nothing, man. You get your check, you broke. You know, it might act like it's something, but they take out like $300, $400, $500 in taxes.
He already dipping in it, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But niggas want to stay here, though. Niggas want to live it up here in America, man.
Right. Niggas don't have no damn patience, man, to wait on the Lord.
Niggas trust in oppression, man.
Yep.
And the scripture say don't trust in oppression, man. We already know that the so-called white man Esau Edom is a damn devil.
He's a prophet.
Deceiver.
That's right.
It says, if riches increase, set not thy heart upon them.
That's right, man. And that's what the church teach you. The prosperity doctrine, man. That's why a lot of people at church, you know what I'm saying? They think they gonna prosper. They think the Lord dealing with them if they prosper, man. And read that over, right? That last verse you just read. We're gonna see does the scripture say if you making a lot of money that the Lord dealing with? He just clearly read it.
Psalm 62 and 10 again, trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not thy heart upon it.
If riches increase, set not thy heart upon it, man. And the Lord can take you can hit the lotto, and then the Lord can take you out the next day, man.
Yeah, that happened to somebody.
You know what I'm saying,
That
man?
happened to a dude in Fitzgerald. He hit the lottery and somebody killed him. It was a jinx. This is all it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And so the Lord said, arise ye and depart. This place is polluted, you know, which America is polluted. This place has all kinds of filthiness, man. The water's filthy, the food's filthy, the people are filthy, you know. Everything is filthy about this place, man. You know. This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus said Yahweh, curse be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from Yahweh. You're right. So you cannot trust in these devils, man. You can't trust in man. You know, and majority of you niggas out there, you trust in oppression, and most importantly, you trust in Esau Edom. That's what majority of you niggas out there got this little sticker on your shirt that says, I voted for Georgia.
Right.
I voted.
Yeah, that's
Man,
another
some
thing.
bullshit, man.
That's another thing, man. You niggas still went out and voted this year, man. You know, don't you see who in office, man? You know, voting don't you see voting hasn't done nothing for our people, man. But you niggas still, these dumbass niggas still go to these polls and expect these crack, these devils to do something for you, man.
Right. They trusting in the devil.
Nah. And then you trying to make people that don't vote look bad and try to make it look like they the problem because they didn't vote, man.
Right.
Come on. You got it up.
Yeah.
I got a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13.
Done.
That says, wherefore the Lord say, as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips to honor me, but remove their heart far from me.
Right.
And their fear is taught by the precepts of men.
Right. Y'all fear is taught by the precepts of men, man, not by Yahweh by Shah.
And people say they believe in Yahweh Shema Shai, but they ain't looking toward, they ain't seeking the Lord, man. If you were seeking the Lord, you wouldn't have went and voted, man.
That's right.
You know, you Israelites, man. We don't vote on another nation of people to rule over us, man. We're supposed to vote with inside our people, but then you can't even do that, man, because you got 2/3. You know, you got the wicked out here, man, and they ain't for us, man. They ain't for Yahweh Shema Shai. They ain't pushing thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, man. They telling you how they gonna help you here in Babylon, which prophecy states that Babylon is gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
By thermonuclear fire.
Yeah, because y'all trust is in the so-called white man, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, instead of laying your heart upon Yahweh Shema Shah, man. That's why you niggas gonna get caught out there, man. Because y'all don't know, y'all don't have a clue what's going on out here, man. You know, telling you what's going on, what's about to happen. We keep up with current events, you know, something you niggas don't do. Because y'all listen to these rappers, man, and y'all have your heart in these sports, these entertainers and shit, and y'all don't know what's going on, man. So you're gonna get caught out there when all hell breaks loose. Yeah, so
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Done.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Yahweh Shem Shai, and lean not onto thine own understandings.
Right. Don't lean on to your own understandings. Trust in Yahweh Shah, man. You know, a lot of you guys, a lot of you states, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans like to lean onto your own understanding. I think it's right, man. Because when you come up here, niggas that come up here trying to teach us the Bible. The Bible, teaching out the Bible. They don't have no Bible, but they tell us we go off, man. But they confounded to this world, conform to this world. The scriptures speak of that, man. Being conformed to this world, you know. Yeah, come on. They coming up? All right, good. All praise. So, hey, our people are too conformed to this world, man. And they learn after the way of Esau, man. And they think what the so-called white man says is right. If it ain't white, it ain't right, right? You know, everything the so-called white man says is true. Everything you learn from the so-called white man is true. That's the ideology of you niggas, man. All right, if he tell you the earth is flat, you niggas believe that shit. Man come from apes, you niggas believe that shit, man. You know, when women are supposed to be on a pedestal, you supposed to hold the door open for a fucking bitch. you supposed to do that, man, because you taught. That's the ways of the so-called white man. All right. And a man is taught not how to be a man in this society, man. Because why? A faggot is ruling. You know, the so-called white man. Okay.
Amos chapter 6, verse 1.
Done.
Woe to them that are at ease in Zion.
Right. Woe to you that are at ease in Zion. You niggas are at ease in Zion, man. Okay? You niggas are at ease in this place. You go to your 9 to 5, you think it's all good. You get a paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. You think it's all good as long as you're able to buy some weed, man. Go trick off on some bitches. It's all good, man. Y'all ain't looking for the kingdom of heaven, man.
Nah, if they was looking for the kingdom of heaven, man, they would have been seeking out the scriptures, man. Seeking out what pleases Yahweh Shem Shai, man.
Right.
And not going to vote for a damn new president or a senator or whatever. That's not going to help you, man.
Right.
Hey, the Lord said these people ain't for us, man. You know? America is about to be destroyed, man, by thermonuclear fire, man. We're supposed to be seeking out, you know, what pleases the Lord.
That's right.
How to get right with Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know? And that's supposed to be our focus right there, man.
Right.
It says, Amos chapter 6, verse 1.
Done.
Woe to them that are at ease in Zion and the mount of Samaria, which are named chief nation of all nations whom the house of Israel came.
And you can put Samaria to America, compare Samaria to America, man. All right, you can apply that to America because hey, y'all made this y'all stomping ground, man. You know, y'all made this y'all stomping ground, and y'all made this y'all rest. Because Israel, that's our real stomping ground. That's our real rest, man. Not fucking America, man. This place is our captivity, man. But you niggas want to stay here. You niggas want to live it up here, man, and think it's all good, man. Think it's all good. You got it, right?
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Right, he's speaking against you 2/3 ass niggas, man. You know, the Lord is speaking against you 2/3 ass niggas, man, because we out here condemning you, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Oh, okay. Yeah, tell them to try to quick cut sleep. Read that again.
It says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you,
right,
O children of Israel,
right,
against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
And the Lord only knows you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. He don't know the so-called white man, the Chinese, Japanese, East Indians, you know, the Arabs. He don't know them, man. He only knows you tribes, man. From Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, on down to the so-called Mexicans, man. He don't know Esau, you know. He don't know Japheth. Like I said, man. He only knows you tribes, man. All right? You got it out.
It says, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right, he gonna punish you niggas for all your iniquities because we were given the law, statutes, commandments, man.
And most importantly, we made an agreement with the Lord saying we was going to keep those laws.
Right, exactly. We made a covenant. When you make a covenant, that means you got to keep it, man. You made an agreement, a pact. You got to keep that, man. If you don't, man, it's going to be consequences, man. That's right. You know? Just like it's something as simple as having a contract for a cell phone bill, right? You terminate that contract, what they do? They can pay a what? Penalty.
Yeah. You have to pay a lot of money, depends on how much
Yeah.
the phone is.
Done. And that's a you know, that's a little example, man. You know, the so-called white man, here it is, the so-called white man, he can make agreements with you. He'll break them,
Yeah.
and then there'll be no consequence. You know why? Because he's in power, man. Ain't no, and the so-called Salaki and the Most High is waiting for that perfect time to judge his ass, man. You know, he's gonna get his just due, man. He's gonna get his recompense. You know?
Esau. Yeah, that's scriptural, man. It says that, man. That's Bible prophecy that the so-called white man is gonna pay for what he did to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And prophecy must and it will be fulfilled.
Right.
It is impossible for the God of the Bible to lie, man. No? And we living in those times, that transitioning time where all these prophecies are about to be fulfilled, man. Whether you believe it or not. No?
Well, we live in those times.
About breaking covenant. This is Psalm chapter 55. Let me get straight to the point. Verse 20. He has put forth his hands against such as to be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant.
Right. So that's the so-called white man. What he made? How many treaties he made with the so-called Native American Indians?
Yeah.
Over 400, right? He broke every last one of them, man, because he's the damn devil, man. You can't trust a snake. That old saying. You can't never trust a snake. And that's the so-called white man. He's the biggest snake.
Yeah, the scripture says
You know?
that.
Yeah, that's in Psalms.
58.
Uh-huh.
That's things like poison of serpent, something like that.
I got a quick precept. This is Ecclesiastica, better known as Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right. Never trust thine enemy. And the enemy is the so-called white man, man. Like as iron rusted, rust just gets worse, man. Hey, that's the it's Shalom, man. Yahweh Shabbatah, Yahweh Shabbatah, Yahweh Shabbatah. No, we got the Atlanta camp. So, but hey, the so-called white man, he can never be trusted because he was sick. It goes back to the rock with this damn devil, man. You know, he was that snake. It wasn't an actual snake either, man. It was a man. You know, it was a man, not an actual animal. Because people are simple, man. They think they take the Bible for what it says, man. Face value, man. No, man, it's a lot of symbology and metaphors consistent in the scriptures, man. No proverbs, dark sayings, man. And only the elect is going to understand. You got it, Doc.
That's right. And we got an enemy, man. Hey, the scriptures is telling us that we got an enemy, which is the so-called white man, which his true name, according to the Bible, is Esau and Edom, man. He always been our enemy. Hey, going back to the womb, man. You know, going back to the womb. Jacob and Esau, man. Yep. Fighting in the womb, man. He was our enemy. No? Hey, he'll smile in your face and stab you in the back. Yeah. I'm gonna read that over, man. This is on Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10.
Hard.
Never trust thine enemy, for For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man.
Right, like it's iron rusted, man. Hey, again, rust gets worse and worse, man.
That's right.
You know, and you can't really do nothing with rust, man. Like if you have a bicycle, man, you have to change the rust, man. You can't really do nothing with that, man. It's just gonna get worse, man. That's so-called white man. That's what's gonna be in the wickedness. You know, you can't do nothing with that, man. You know, you can't do nothing with so-called white man. You can't expect the so-called white man to be a damn saint. You know, a lot of these niggas, yeah, a lot of these niggas that they can so-called convert the so-called white man to being a righteous man. He wasn't built to be that way, man. Right. You know, you got it. You say you had something to talk.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
John.
As it is written, Jacob. This is Romans 9 and 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children not being born yet, neither having done any good or evil.
Neither have any done any good or evil. It's showing you that they was warring against each other even in the womb, man. We had an enemy even before. It was ordained for us to have an enemy. That the so-called white man was gonna be our enemy, man. Jacob and Esau. It started in the womb, man. It was ordained. You know what I'm saying? And then people trusted in this oppression, man. Like we was getting into. You know, you had niggas just go out and vote. Hey, trying to deceive us to vote. You know? Hey man, hey, that's all.
That the purpose of God, according to election, might stand.
That the purpose of Yahweh Hashem outside is gonna stand. It is states that America is gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, man. It ain't no saving this place, man. It's too defiled with blood, the blood of our forefathers. You got sodomites running rampant out here, man. Homosexuals, bestiality, Sin City. You got everything out here, man. It can't go on, man. It's people trying to vote. You need to vote to make America a better place.
Hey, the Most High got his own election.
That's right.
You know, he voted for the elect, man, for the government. You know, that's what whose vote really counts. The Most High, man. That's right. You know, not these peons out here, man.
That's why I said in Matthew 2:6 that the Lord will actually have a governor that shall rule over his people. You know, which is how it's done. That's right. Each and every one of us are those representatives of the Almighty. We are the judges, the priests. We have our own government. Why the hell are we going to attach ourselves to another body when we already have the house that the Most High already represented of us?
That's right.
You know, you keep on what you have, my brother.
It says, not of works, but of him that calleth. Verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah.
As it is written, Jacob have I
The
loved.
elder is Esau.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, that's why when you read in Genesis 25th chapter, the elder came out, but the younger came and he was holding the hill of Esau
That's right.
to represent the end of Esau. You can read that in 2 Kings. Sorry.
Second Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
Yeah, and this is Ezra making the imposition on the end times. That's what all Israel desired. And that's when we were in those different captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Medo-Persian, the Greek. It was all about when we get our cut. You read that in Acts, the first chapter. James and John, they was aggressively patented Yahweh Shai. This is going to be the time where we get the kingdom. This is going to be the time now. This is going to be the time we're going to have fire come down and burn up the Romans. Take over the prophecy, so it's the same thing that applies with Esther.
But when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follow it? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
When Jacob and Esau were born of him, that was a heavy time. All right, and that whole thing was very, very symbolic of the latter times that we would be living in today. You can see.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
So Esau is the end of the breed. Daniel, the statue of Daniel, that fourth kingdom, Rome. You can look it up. The scholars will actually admit that the Roman Empire is the Edomite Empire. You know, Herod the Great being Idumean, which he was a low level devil. He was just over certain provinces, but the top Romans, those different Caesars, those were straight up Edomites, man. And we've been really under the kingdom of Edom since Greece and Rome with the Habsburgs.
Really had two times to rule. So Greco-Roman Empire and this modern day Roman Empire right here.
And then hell, even in the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
When those devils was in the Ottoman Empire, they was popping out women, ravishing it. Even the men, like how they do it to this day. When they took over Constantinople, they broke down those different strongholds. Converted the different people into Islam. And various methods of torture, making people bow down to the sword. So we have to do the same thing when the kingdom of heaven is established. Everybody's not going to be willing. You're going to have stubborn asses just to the things. We speak about the pride of Esau. But Esau is going to be humble. We're going to break them down to the ground. That's right. You got something?
That's right. It's First Maccabees 1:1.
Uh-huh.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim.
And you could actually link up Alexander directly to Haman the Agagite and the time of Samuel. That same devil that was trying to take us down as a Haman the Agagite was Esther, but his father, Agag the Amalekite, he was in the book of Samuel. That same individual that Samuel himself hacked up, the cursed seed of Amalek. And it spoke about in the prophecy that we would have war with Amalek from generation to generation. See?
Right.
So this is the head of Edom actually coming back into power. And who did they first take down? Alexander the Greek rose up and actually took down Darius III. That was the transition from the Persian Empire to the Edomite Empire. But see, via Greece.
Had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
Yep, Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes. That was a big war, because to be honest, out of all those kingdoms, Babylon, Rome, Greece, and Persia, the most leniency we had was during the Persian Empire. When you read Nehemiah, the first chapter, you'll read about Cyrus the Great actually extending his hand onto us to actually rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. The book of Nehemiah and Ezra. So we actually had a little bit of a dominance, so to speak, But when Greece came into power through Alexander, he started pushing psychological reprogramming, Hellenization. Now nobody identifies through their true culture. And after that, it was so much more with the four generals.
That he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
Yeah, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. All right, so when Alexander the Great actually took over Greece, first off, they kicked out those previous individuals that lived in that land before the Medes. And they actually took over the land of the Persians. And when all nations came to take people down, was the first thing they established, tributaries. Put taskmasters over different provinces. That's why even today in Atlanta you got the governor, you have the mayor, and they all about pushing what? Not the agenda to actually make the poor richer, but to make the rich richer, and to make the poor poor. Higher type taxation. You have all these different roles, these different wars, everything under the federal funding and state funding, local funding. Who's paying for all these things? Us. That's why the higher you get in the society, the lower taxes you have to actually pay.
This is Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked multiply transgression and increase,
The wicked are multiplied, transgression and increase. And it's going to say the same thing in the book of the Maccabees. When they rose up, what it said? Wickedness multiplied. So you can read that and hold that in verse 2.
And made many wars and won many
Hey,
strongholds.
is that how
Wickedness multiplied.
that's how wickedness multiplied? They made many wars and won many strongholds. Meaning that was a empire of hammering, man. When Alexander the Great came into power, they took over Egypt. Matter of fact, a brother could pull up the Greek empire map. You know, that's the importance of looking at the maps too. You'll see how far that military expansion lies. Man. Those different provinces, and when they took over those different lands, they called them different lands, different names.
Yep.
Majority of these lands is actually named after Greeks. You know, a lot of that's in Psalms. See?
It says,
Excuse me. And one major thing that Alexander set up was the library in Alexandria, Egypt. Because what Alexander was doing was when he was taking down those different nations, he was compromising and actually collecting all those different artifacts and data, all the riches, all the various treasures. They was taking those. They was taking all the they set up that major library in Alexandria. That's how you know these different empires they took the same customs from.
Scripture say it's nothing new under the sun. What happened in the past, what happened in the future.
What happened in the future?
it says, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him.
Meaning he killed up a lot of people, man, and nobody was able to say anything against him.
No.
And that's why when you go into Hellenism, that's one of the main agendas that Alexander pushed. And you always think about Israelites actually only being Hellenized. Those Africans, those Egyptians, a lot of them were Hellenized. You know, following the Greek style of living. Continue.
Right.
And that's why when you go into the New Testament, where Paul is going to all these different areas all throughout Greece, all throughout Rome, Asia Minor, Turkey, to Corinth, Thessalonica. Why is he going the extra route to actually gather these Gentiles? Because those were Israelites, man. Israelites being pushed in those different regions throughout Greece, man. You know, he went to Galatia, he went to Corinth, you know, he went to Turkey. He went to various areas through multiple missionaries.
And his heart, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
He said his heart was lifted up. Yeah, this is, of course, do it for the camera's sake. But this is the map, and you'll see, of course, you know, Ephesus. That's all these different areas is where Alexander actually ruled. Ephesus, Phrygia, Antioch. Oh, excuse me.
Make it bigger. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if you brothers can see it.
Yeah, and if the brothers,
Brothers on the comment board, you can pull it up.
you know, in time,
Yeah.
but it says Syria, it says all these different cities that Alexander the Greek ruled, and that's of a major importance because prior to you know, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and the different epistles of Paul, the different letters, you had the Greeks ruling, and they actually influenced all those lands. And Jake was all throughout those different lands. So when Jake came back into power, the Israelites, or when Jake lost their nationality, that's why Paul went to all those different areas and regions to wake Jake up. Continue. You read that in 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, how we started to become Gentiles, meaning foreigners. You know, we didn't know who the hell we were. We was following the Greek style of living, following like Zeus, the story of Zeus, and Hercules, and all these different things. They started to actually have their own culture. They started to dress way different. They was branding themselves, just like even today. Those different Jakes in those fraternities, they really believe they were Greeks. They go as far as branding Greek tattoos upon themselves.
Same spirit.
Yeah, it's the same spirit of the thing, man.
And he lifted up a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations.
Military expansion. It's the same thing with America. America has, like the scriptures speak about, the great teeth. military bases. That's that military might. And even when you're dealing with the statue of Daniel, the different kingdoms, Nebuchadnezzar was the head of gold. Gold is an element of beauty, an element of glory. That's why in Babylon they had the hanging gardens. In Babylon they had various things that were very, very beautiful and I would say, magnificent to the eye. But as the kingdoms started to go down, you had the silver chest, you had the brass, you had the miry clay. Those are weaker elements, but they're stronger. Iron is a very, very heavy instrument dealing with tools and wood and things of that nature. So those different kingdoms that were to actually succeed Babylon, they would be less in glory, but they would be stronger. How did Greece beat Rome? Through Alexander the Great and his whole finished army, a better military. That's just how it is. A team.
It says, and kings who became tributaries unto him.
And that's how you know in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that the military that we possess, that kingdom, that's going to actually succeed this kingdom, is going to be able to take down all these different nations. You probably get that. You probably get that in Daniel the 2nd chapter with the millstone. Because that millstone is going to destroy all the kingdoms. And it speaks about Yahushua coming with the hosts of heaven. He got his angels, he got his warriors on foot doing the groundwork, breaking open the, breaking down strongholds, and he's going to come with the reinforcements.
Yeah. It says, but that was good. I was actually pretty much it.
Chapter 2.
Yeah, with the kings.
Yeah, I forgot what verse it was on. Let's see. This is Daniel 2 and let me see. Let me start at 32. The image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands.
And this is the vision that Nebuchadnezzar got when he was laying in his bed. And it was basically messing with him to the point where he got all the different astrologers, the different witches and soothsayers, and he wanted to get that deep revelation. What the hell is the meaning of this dream that I'm having? And the individual that broke it down to him through the spirit of Yahweh was Daniel. See? You continue.
Oh, so like it says, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and of clay, and break them into pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors.
So how was all the kingdoms broken when you already had previous kingdoms to be broken up? Because America is all these different kingdoms and nations put together. America represents Egypt in these days. America represents Babylon. Egypt was known through what? They had different monuments. They were known to actually put the Israelites in slavery. Somebody get out Revelation 11:8. Who said America is Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. Sodomy and homosexuality is all throughout these different streets, man.
That's right.
That's why you got the pyramid on the back of the dollar. You have the obelisk. The obelisk, what's that? The Washington Monument. Which is a giant obelisk. All right, which goes back to God worship. You got Memphis, Tennessee. Oh yeah. Different examples of how Egypt. You have different examples and different key things, comparisons that Egypt has with America. You got that beside.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the great street, in the streets of that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, whereas also our Lord was crucified.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, right? So you're not going to see America in the scriptures. You're not going to see that word in the Bible, okay? But you're going to have references. You're going to have spiritual references. That's why the scriptures is only broken down. It's only understood by a select few men, okay? Because we're able to understand that Egypt is spiritually American. A lot of these people, they can't see it, They don't see the spiritual contrast between the two.
It's Matthew chapter 13, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Beautiful. Yeah, why speakest thou to them in parables? So these are the disciples asking Yahushua, so how come you going above their heads? Go ahead.
Verse 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
That's right, because it is given unto you. All right, so these things that we're going into, okay, like the brother's going to the secular history, all right, but you actually have to have knowledge of this history in order to break down these scriptures, in order to break down chapters like Daniel, okay, in order to break down chapters in the Apocrypha, okay. You got to go into that. You got to go into these ancient kingdoms: Greece, Rome, all right, Babylon, okay, Egypt. Yeah, that was it on that. Right?
And you got to go into American history too.
That's right.
Really?
Yep.
That's how we know through process of elimination that America is in the Bible.
That's right.
Yeah. Because American history is in the scripture. You read it also in the book of Daniel, that horn, that last horn being lifted. What's that? That's America, man. Because where did America stem from? You ask these average Americans, what country, who did America actually win their independence from in 1776? It's gonna fly over the majority of assholes' heads, man. Right. Britain. So America is an extension of Britain, and that British Empire was one of those kingdoms in the book of Daniel. Right? That's not the precept.
This is Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
And it comes through diligent studying through the Spirit of Yahweh, and ultimately the Spirit of Yahweh Shema revealing those things unto us, man.
Right.
I'm starting off with our apostles and elders, Hey, to be honest, a lot of these things, even Esau knows. Esau knows the breakdown of the book of Daniel. You can look these different things online and see Esau knows these things to a T, man. Them deep breakdowns, the certain breakdowns and revelations, the breakdown with the RFID chip, the microchip. You had the individual that actually created the microchip, and he said that's the mark of the beast, man.
Gone.
And the scriptures say they are wiser than Daniel.
They're wiser than Daniel. The heart of every one of them is deep.
God.
Go ahead. You want to say that? Oh,
No, I was gonna say, the Lord increased this devil, man. Increased this devil, just to destroy him, man.
Hey, that's beautiful. Because before the Lord actually took kingdoms down, prophets were right beside. They were either right beside kings personally to let them know how far their kingdom was gonna go, or they would receive visions of their kingdom falling.
Gone.
Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar got that dream, which we're reading about. Greece. When Alexander the Great came into power, it was revealed to him that he was going to actually rule. He had certain things that actually went on in his life personally to show that he was going to be that guy. You had, when you go into the Alexander biography, it was one stubborn horse. I think the horse's name was Pegasus. Brothers can look into it. But even Alexander's father, Philip of Macedon, couldn't even ride that horse. That horse was stubborn as all hell. But Alexander got on it like a champ. That's representing him actually being on his high horse, man. You read that way. Ecclesiastes service on horses.
Yeah.
That's that heavy prophecy. And the Lord actually does these different things. These different rulers, they be having epiphanies, they have dreams. They understand that there's going to be a time where the prophets is going to be raised up to the goodness. That's how they know that their kingdom is falling too. Jeremiah 28 next, man. These different men, these street corners proclaiming the Yahweh Shah coming back. All right, this is one.
This is the conspiracy going down. The so-called white man, hey, Yahweh Shah got us out here on the highways and byways, proclaiming the show. Hey, Yahweh Shah revealed the two names that go to us. We got the two names actually to go from our power, and the Lord actually hear us, man. And the Most High is about to destroy this place, man. This is Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through thee, that thou shalt be drunken.
That's right. And what's that cup? That cup is the same. It's the same cup of poison that you poison the earth with. You got to drink of that cup. You got to drink of the cup of your iniquities. Okay. A double portion. That's right. Double that cup. All right. Keep going.
And it's heavy too, because when you go into the Edomite history in the scriptures, Esau never went through no heavy captivity. It's always talking about Edom this, Edom that, Edom that. Edom gonna be in war with generation for generation.
Right.
Edom is a heavy. The book of Obadiah is talking about Edom. Oh, brother could get that. Obadiah, it started at the top. But it's like, what captivity did the Edomites ever undergo that was monumental? We know all the captivity that we went through from Babylon to the Persian and we reading them. Greece, Rome. Hey, majority of the scriptures is us being in captivity.
Yeah, that's all we know, man.
That's all we know.
That's all it seems we know is slavery, man. But the Lord's like,
Jacob hard-headed himself.
that's why mostly these 2/3 that keep us going to captivity after captivity. That's why these niggas just gotta finally perish by now. You know? I got Obadiah.
It says, it shall make thyself naked. Verse 22, the punishment of thy iniquities is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Yes, so the Lord said he will no more carry us away in captivity. So this is the end of captivity. How do we know that? Going back to Daniel. That last kingdom, them 10 toes. It said after that, what would succeed that is the millstone breaking that whole kingdom apart. That millstone represents Yahweh Shai and the men that actually walk in conjunction with him doing the work. Because we're doing the work of Yahweh Shai right now on this planet Earth. Yahweh Shai is here. Manifest itself as it is written in Isaiah 47 chapter, thou shalt not meet thee as a man. Meaning he's going to come in that mega ship with the host of angels. And he's going to do a lot of delivering and destruction.
That's right. Revelation 1:7.
Beautiful. The ones that pierced him, he never got that payback. Who was the ones that pierced him? The Romans. That's right. That stabbed that spear through him, and when it poured out what? Water and blood? He has to get payback, man. See?
It says,
hey, even the ancient style of hanging, Yahweh Shah was the first one to get hung, man.
Yeah.
Crucifixion is the Roman style of hanging.
You think they get lynched?
Where do you think they get lynched from? Beautiful. So all these things that we go through as a nation, the beatings, who got beat worse than Yahweh Shai? When you go into what happened to Yahweh Shai, that makes them feel like something in the playground, man.
And the scriptures say we're gonna see that body, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna mourn, man. We're gonna weep when we see that body. Hey, you see how in the tell them devils jack him up, man. That's right. Hey, the house shall look worse than that.
Hey, and that white woman got off with that shit.
Yeah,
which is a symbolic of these white people getting off.
That's right.
During the time of Yahweh Shah, but it's gonna be paid back. Usually it's back apart.
Yep.
But the beautiful thing is what? Reincarnation.
That's right.
Even if these devils seem like they didn't got it in this lifetime, they lived to all their happy days out. Died with a smile on their face. Guess what?
Yep.
They're gonna come back with a genuine ass kicking, man.
That's right.
That's why they're gonna.
One of the Rothschilds died, didn't he?
Yeah, plenty of them out of that
He's
line.
gonna wake up in slavery, man, crying with a chain around his neck, man.
That's right.
To finish this off, it says, "He will visit thy iniquities, O daughter of Edom, and he will discover thine sins."
That's a lot of iniquities. He says in Revelation 18 how the iniquities reach to the heavens. Meaning that's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when you read in Genesis with the Tower of Babel, it spoke about those different kingdoms. They had to put in the overwork. They had to put in overtime to build that tower, just to be broken down. That was an elevated tower. So that represents really the wickedness of America too, man. Because America, man, there's no country, there's no kingdom that actually done as much wickedness as the place. You always think about the Tuskegee experiment when he was actually injecting so-called Negroes with syphilis. They had a Guatemalan syphilis experiment, man. These white people don't let you know what they do in them different islands and these different Latino countries.
They love to sloppy, brother. They love to experiment on Jake. For what I understand, they still got the skull of Geronimo.
Yeah, in Yale University.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's beautiful you said that, Salakia. When we went to Yale, the apostles, it was years ago, probably about 5 years ago. That's the story. In Yale University, that's why it's known as what? The Skull and Bones Society. The Skull and Bones, meaning they confiscate bones and skulls and use it as what? Ritual worship. And they I believe through the spirit they do have Geronimo's skull. Because he's a freaky beast, man. You know, they all about necrophiliasm. If you have sex with the body, you're going to get stronger powers or whatnot.
Sex with little boys.
Sex, man.
That's sick, man.
And that's really demonic, man.
Right.
And we living in these demonic ass so-called holidays that people worshiping and giving thanks, but all these sexual sex magic and demonic things are going on. Like you don't know who all got sacrificed. Because a brother from LA did a video on it about a year ago, and they had a list of what all they do on these holidays. Like they have to have 2 little girls, or I need 2 legs or arms from a baby. You gotta have sex. Like, it was crazy, man. And they broke it down like what it mean. And people celebrate these so-called man-made days, and they don't know that they giving thanks to the spiritual wickedness, man.
Spiritual insight.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah. And even going back to Yale University, I think if I'm not mistaken, at Harvard University. In Harvard University, they have a book bound by human flesh. It's actually one of the monumental books they got. You can look it up. You know, you'll see the actual book, big book. And it actually has human flesh as the cover. Like these different, like back then, you know, you actually have certain material to actually use and write on. They actually using human flesh, man. That's the iniquity and that's the wickedness. And we talking about Esau on a low scale, man. What about what this devil is doing all the way over there in the Middle East? They said that war on terrorism, Esau killed 500,000 people out there, man.
Yeah, they just attacked Syria from what I understand yesterday.
You had these different chemicals they was spraying on top of these different countries. The reason why those different Asians and shit be mutated, be having 3 heads, 7 eyes and shit, arms growing out they waist, and by the so-called white man, being dead.
Right.
Those different horses.
Refugees.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yep. You know, you drop those atomic bombs and them atoms, that should have fucked your whole chemical. Those chemicals can rearrange your DNA.
Right. That's how you know that the Most High that put in the spirit and these different scientists, you know, to create these weapons. You know,
Tell you that in Isaiah.
Yep.
I created
the wisdom of Smith that blows the code. You know,
I got it.
God, bring it out, bring it out.
Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the slave. Both the coals and the fire.
That's the scientists, man. Yahweh Shemel created the scientists and put it in their spirit to create these weapons of war, destruction.
That's right.
Mass destruction.
To destroy fucking wickedness, man.
That's what he was blessed with.
And if I may say, a smith deals with metals, man.
That's right.
That's exactly what the message is.
You have silversmiths, you have swordsmiths.
Yep.
Yep, axesmiths, and that's some heavy work, firework, blow work, and it's the same thing when you're making those different missiles and shit.
Yeah.
The big materials, because all it is multiple scientists, different shipments of those big missiles and the chemical design, the nuclear, however the hell they create that. You know?
They got big warships now. That's the modern day cavalry. Modern day tanks.
Yep.
Jets, bombers, same thing.
That ain't still worth the time, man.
Isaiah 54:16 from the top. Behold, I have created the smith and caused fire, and that bringeth forth his instrument for his work. And I have created a waster to destroy.
And that waster is a missile. When you look up the waster, and I did a search on this, I was just reading it, trying to get scholars commentary, like what the hell scholars feel about this scripture. So I looked it up, and I went to the Bible Hub. You know, you read the different commentaries, but basically, hey, scholars on point with it.
You know what's up?
Yeah, they know.
They know. They said basically this instrument in later times that will be very devastating. That waster is going to destroy. They understand that waste. They basically said the waster is a nuclear missile. I could look it up and read it, but it's spot on, man. So these devils know that waster is going to waste. It's going to destroy a lot of people, man. These different nuclear missiles, this nuclear technology, it's not just to be shrined, just to have. They spend a lot of money on those missiles, man.
And that's also how you know you have the educated on Esau's side, on the left hand side.
Right.
You have the wise over there that understand what's going on, and then you have the elect that understand what's going on, that can understand these scriptures. So Esau knows these scriptures too.
Yeah.
Okay, he knows that that America is going to be destroyed by fire. That's why he's pulling out of America. That's why he's getting his businesses offshore. Okay, but everyone else falls in between. You have the ones that know on the left hand side, you have the ones that know on the right hand side, and everyone else is just in the dark.
Right. I got a quick quote. This is from Oppenheimer. It says, and this is in regard going to the missiles with Robert Oppenheimer and the Manhattan Project. It says Robert Oppenheimer was an American theoretical physicist. During the Manhattan Project, Oppenheimer was director of the Los Alamos Laboratory and was responsible for the research and design of an atomic bomb. So he was representing a modern day Smith. It said right here in this excerpt that he was responsible for the research and design. So he would oversee the different scientists and the development technologists, so to speak, to actually develop that missile. And what happened is, continuing on, it says the first atomic bomb, and that's what got created, was detonated on July 16, 1945, in the Trinity test in New Mexico. Oppenheimer later remarked that it brought to mind words from the Bhagavad Gita. Now I am become death, the destroyer of words. So when that atomic bomb let off, that's the first thing that Oppenheimer thought of. He said, "Now I become death." What makes you? What you think about with that? Revelation the 6th chapter, man. That pale horse that went around killing and slaying. You know,
Speaking about
you read that in Habakkuk, in the 2nd chapter. Basically, he is as death. That's the so-called white man. Right. Because back then, of course, the ancient style of fight, and you can get that in Isaiah 9:5 too. The ancient style of fight was with sword and spear, javelin,
right.
archery. But like I said, this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. This is a whole nother style of warfare right here, man. When a missile can let off and blow up cities, blow up states, that's how we know we at the end of the world, man. This is the end of this kingdom.
That's right.
This eon, beautiful.
It's Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior, the confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Yeah, you'll watch those different ancient style of movies, like 300, Troy, Braveheart. They will be marching to the battlefield, blowing different horns. You know, right? That's why the missiles are known as the arrows. You know? And you read that in Ezra, how they're going to be shot from the ends of the world. Back then, you just had the ancient world. So what is that talking about? They're talking about missiles actually being shot from one continent intercontinental.
That's right. That's
And hitting up the next continent. You go ahead. Oh, you want to do it?
I want to say what you said.
Oh, yeah.
But this is going to be with burning and fuel of fire.
And what's that fuel of fire? That will propel you. For everything down here. Back in the ancient world, you didn't need fuel to let off any type of weapon. You would have the different catapults. All you have to do is cut the rope, and a lot of times they would set on fire. That was one of the highest innovations they actually had. You know, different battering rams. None of those things needed fuel. Where was the fuel line back then? But you have nowadays these different tanks. They run off fuel. They have engines. You know, these different missiles. They let off fuel. That's why you have that fire. That fire that lets off constantly, and all it's doing when that missile is off is propelling it in the sky, but it breaks up. So what's actually happening? Shooting that sky fuel. The fuel is actually keep letting the energy off into the atmosphere. It comes down, and then it actually breaks up into the warheads. And those will hit when they hit ground zero. They hit ground zero, and they'll just blast wide open. You know. So that's the prophecy. You had something you want to bring up?
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
So how is your flesh going to literally consume away while you stand on your feet? That's hot. That's intense fire. Because not only does when the missiles let off, it actually burns. And the aftermath of the missiles is sometimes worse than the actual destruction. That radiation, that wind.
Jeremiah 51, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
What's that destroying? Is that a group of archers actually shooting? No, that's talking about missiles. That's the destroying wind. When those missiles hit and that wind let off, that shit could bust eardrums, right? That's power. That's why they're known as thermonuclear missiles and intercontinental ballistic missiles. And Russia's always bragging and boasting about theirs, man. New missile here. They always talk about how American missiles ain't even on the level. They basically they talk about America like they on a primitive level. Hypersonic. That's that destroying wind that the Most High put in the spirit of those different scientists to actually develop.
It says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land.
Right. So ancient Babylon at that time, they actually got their land empty by different things. But it's not really regarding that. It's really talking about in these future times. Mr. the daughter of Babylon. What are these different fanners? Because back then you would actually have wind, or say that you would have fire. You would actually have that blowing wind that would pick up the fire. When you would create a fire back in the ancient world. So those different fanners are going to be the ones that's going to excite that heat. Meaning shooting more missiles on missiles. It ain't going to be just a missile shot from one direction. There's going to be missiles crossed over. Different countries are going to be hit. Different states. Because America has nuclear capabilities. The EU has nuclear capabilities. Russia and its allies have nuclear. China, nuclear capabilities. Iran, nuclear capabilities. And these countries hate the shit out of each other, man. So what does that mean? It's going to be a nuclear holocaust. The missile's going to be shot from one direction to the next. And what would the men of the Lord be? The Lord is going to personally save us and just deliver us from this onslaught. Okay. It's more on that.
Oh, yeah. Huh. It says, for in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about, against him that been the let the archer be exposed, him that lifted himself up in his.
The Lord ain't calling for peace treaties. He should have said, if the Lord was all peace and all love, he should have said to the archer, halt your weapon, put it down, and call for peace. The Lord is telling the archer to bend the bow. You use use all your arm with that shot. Use all your capability to let that missile off. So when these devils push that button, they gonna damn near break that button.
That's right.
See?
It says, and against him that lifted himself up in his bringing her young men.
And spare not the young men, the military men. Because when you jump into the military, you jump in there as a young man. In most cases, a lot of individuals that jump into the military jump into it straight out of high school. Right at 18, they mama push them out and throw their asses in the military.
Yep.
And they just want to, when you're in the military, you got some type of honcho-ness about yourself. You want to actually prove something. But a lot of these different young men, guess what? They signed up for their death.
That's right.
They ain't coming back in the body bag. They gonna stay there in ashes.
Because this is a war that's not gonna be won, man. America's so proud how they won all these wars. But this is definitely a war they ain't gonna win. They say they ain't won a war since the Vietnam War. Right. Ever since then, America's been declining. Yep. And that's what time we in. America's ultimate demise, which is thermonuclear fire. It says,
this place needs it.
Oh yeah.
There ain't nothing here that's worth, that's of value, but the men of the Lord. Right. The animals is worthless at this point. Any animal that actually lives in America is more than likely mineral deficient.
Right.
It's fucked up in the head. These different circus animals, they need death, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these different animals, they try to take them from being domesticated like in zoos and put them in the wild. They be basically like retarded, man. They can't survive. They wasn't built up in that mind frame.
Right. Because they've been taken away out of it.
They've been institutionalized. And the same thing with our people. The Lord ain't even looking to take our dick out of here. Too many of them been in prison, institutionalized. Their mind's been rewired and reprogrammed in the matrix. It's all about the ones that's unplugged, what you see before you, man.
If I can say the best remedy for the
Can't stress
for these people, that's the best remedy for the majority of Jake. You know what? Majority of the world, man. They just need death.
Hey, Jake need to get Old Yeller, man. We seeing Jake foaming in the. Hey, you see Old Yeller patches in the hair, foaming at the mouth.
Hey, the brother posted a video yesterday. Jake smoking weed out of a crab.
Yeah, out of a crab. Yeah, I posted that. Man. I sent you brothers that, man. Jake has hit a new low, man. You niggas just need death. That's the best medicine for you, man.
And we ain't saying that from a position of hate.
Right.
We saying that from a position of
love. This is love.
If I was a straight up grimy tattoo face nigga and I was in my right sense of mind, I would believe I need death. I need to get translated out of this place, man.
Right. Gone.
Yeah, it ain't like we, not speaking from experience. We've been in the world.
We know
niggas firsthand. We ain't just saying this niggas need death.
Right.
As if we just angry niggas on the corner. No, niggas need death because we've seen their lives. We've seen the wickedness that they uphold.
Even we deserve death, man. We up here standing, push the word of Yahweh outside, but our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. But we seeking the Lord, actually trying to please Him by doing these works, man.
Right.
And living out the scriptures to the best of our ability.
That's right.
a
little bit. It says, and spare ye not, O young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts.
Yeah, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Okay, and that's the future, man. Okay, that's the future. All these armies are gonna be destroyed. There's gonna be actual army, Armageddon. All all right, which goes to the Hebrew word Hamagadwan, all right, which means mountain of troops. And all these hosts are going to be utterly destroyed. By what? By the thermonuclear destruction. Like I just went to.
And the mountain of troops is a different government. Government sending their men basically to their death, man. But these military boys, they ain't nothing but stepping veterans, man.
That's right.
Back in the ancient world, when we went to war, we knew we was fighting. But these individuals, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Hey, Jake get in the military for money and benefits, man. He don't see the consequences behind what he get into. Jake just joined something and don't even know why he joined it, man. You know? And that's the military is a prime example of that.
Hell yeah.
I just want to better myself. I want to feed my family. But, hey, you make a contract with Esau, man, you might have to go to war one day. And what Esau going to do? We going to throw these niggas on the front line to get massacred, man.
That's the reason why you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are integrated in this country. The only reason why they mainly push integration, aside from segregation, is to lump you up and to put you in the military together so you can die with the white man right beside you.
That's right.
Or the Asian man or Italian man right beside you. It ain't no problems with the because when they're split up to the segregation in the army, you can't win that war. You have to have that army in the same conjunction, everybody in the same mindset. And you watch that on those different movies. They'll be calling Jake all kind of racist jokes, but
Right.
Jake just take it because at the end of the day, they fighting the war together. But you ain't together. The devil just signed you up to get put to death with another devil.
Right.
It don't matter if you living in the same barracks, laying in the same foxhole in the wars. You just laying with your enemy, fighting for a bigger enemy. That's why it says the young men shall be slain. What they call military dumb dog. That's what you wear that dog collar. You ain't nothing but a dumb dog, man.
Yep, that's what that devil said. You ain't nothing but dumb dogs, because y'all don't know, you just simple, man. You just going to fight for a cause that doesn't mean you no good. Like a lot of states, they go in the military, they get hurt, disabled, and then, they get a measly little check when they get out. And they don't got nothing to show for it, man. And a lot of them go homeless.
A lot of those military men get chipped.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was years ago, one of the men in the military, they went to the California camp and they told him, yeah, they got the mark of the beast. They got the chips. He said he had more than one chip.
Yeah, he had multiple chips.
He said it's not the mark of the beast. It's not the mark of the beast. I got chips, but it's not the mark of the beast. Yeah, it's the mark of the beast.
Of course he don't want it. Of course he don't want it to be the mark because his ass got it.
Because he got it. That's why the scriptures say my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Y'all don't know these scriptures, man. You don't say things like that. They say that people fear what they don't understand, man. And he don't know that he just signed his death certificate to a nuclear missile, man.
That's all he did.
Got beguiled.
For a couple of little bit of coins, man.
MREs.
Yep.
Yeah, MREs and Federal Reserve notes.
Which
Fiat
don't mean
currency.
nothing.
Fucking orange soda, man.
Yep.
$50 savings.
Yeah. That you're gonna lose, man.
You're gonna lose. Some on there.
That's it.
Matthew 24:7-6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
For all these things must come to pass, man.
Mm.
Hey, prophecy must and it will be fulfilled, man. It is impossible for Yahweh Hashem outside a lot, man. You got people out here that say, man, I done heard this for years, man.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen, man. It might be another 100, 200 years. We're gonna be dead and gone now, man. We living in the last days, literally right now, man. We literally seeing these prophecies come to pass that was prophesied over 2,000 years ago, man.
That's why Abishai said, I shall come in the hour which you shall seek not. Okay? You're not gonna know. Okay? He's gonna come as a thief in the night. You're not gonna be able to know. It's gonna be at the time when it's most inconvenient for you.
And that's really now. That's how we know. Oh, because you said the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. And Jake ain't really paying attention to the Lord. We hidden in plain sight. We out here. We out here telling Jake we're at the end Jake walked past us like, hey, these just some crazy niggas that just screaming.
But you know why? Because they don't believe, bro. And I got a scripture for that right here. This is Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe?
Which a lot of people don't believe, man, because and people fear what they don't know, man.
Yep.
We up here standing out here, they like, man, that can't be true, man. All hell gonna break UFOs? And that the Lord is a so-called black man? That can't be true, man. You know, they don't want to accept reality, man.
Right.
Was this gonna be a big can of reality that's about to open up on these people out here, man? Martial law coming, concentration camps. And if the Lord is a so-called black man that's coming on UFOs, what the world call them, but they're really the chariots of Yasha Allah, man. Right.
And this ain't no sci-fi movie either, man. When you think when we talk about the chariots, y'all think it's so we bugged out, we smoking crack, man. This is real, man.
And you know, that's I was just saying, when you're dealing with that sci-fi stuff, a lot of times they have a lot of truth in that sci-fi, and they mix it up with all kind of fake bullshit. And then Jacob be so bugged out watching that sci-fi, they don't know how to discern the right from the wrong, man. Like chariots and UFOs, they show a lot of that stuff on those sci-fi things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Show it on YouTube.
Show it on YouTube, but then they'll mix it up and go into some crazy alien, big head aliens that's drinking your blood, drinking your brains.
And aliens, the truth about those aliens, a lot of them I believe is, you know, created by Esau in these laboratories, man. You got Area 51 and all that, his own UFOs. That's for the fight the Lord, man. And the release on these people, man. And a lot of people don't know that, man.
And like I say, they got that AI technology too, which they are building things and they programming it, like putting stuff in it. And hey, they can build some ugly type of beast looking thing, man. And it's being controlled, but it look real, but it's that AI technology.
I just said in the group chat earlier about the AI reporter, the news reporter out there.
Oh yeah, with China. Yeah.
They got a news reporter out there in China. It's an artificial intelligence reporter. That's
Like
crazy.
robot reporter.
Yeah, robot reporter.
That's crazy, man.
All these are signs of the end, just like Howard Shah said. Say you're gonna see all these different things. They said, but for one of the major keys is the elect shall not be deceived. That's right. There is gonna be a high level of deception and witchcraft on this earth that a lot of people are not gonna be able to actually escape this illusion and actually come back to this true reality. Because this seems like fantasy and this seems like reality, but in the truth, this is reality and this is a fantasy.
Yeah, that's right.
This place doesn't even exist.
But you got niggas claim to believe in the Bible though, man.
Yeah.
But they read it and think it's actually fairy tales like the story of the flood. You know, niggas don't really believe in the Bible. Yeah. I'm a it says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? The Most High.
Yeah, right. So you have the vast majority that are asleep, okay, that don't believe, okay. They just think we just, you know, like the brother said, you know, a lot of these people say, oh, well, it hasn't happened yet, or, you know, y'all just on that doom and gloom, right? But like this brother said, we dealing with reality, okay? Our reality is soon to be everyone's reality. You know, it's just they've been in the dark so long. They've been under that veil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's that precept? That veil.
Oh yeah.
But was that it, brother? Shout out, I believe. Go ahead.
It says, Yahweh forbid, yea, that the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written.
That's right. Let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. You got it.
Yeah. Okay. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Yeah, and that's that veil that's spread among all the people. You know, like I was saying before, you actually have the wise of Esau that understand the scriptures. You have the wise of the elect to understand the scriptures, and everyone else just has a veil over themselves, man.
And they're known as, and truthfully speaking, both of them are known as the Illuminati.
Yeah, yeah.
You read that in the 4th chapter, that thou mayest come take hold of this truth, that thou mayest be what? Illuminated. The illumination is the light that you actually bear with inside. You bear the light, which is the truth. And truthfully speaking, the devils bear the light, which is the truth. Even though they're a dark nation, they still bear the truth. They know the truth. They search the planets. They search the deep. They know that Leviathan exists. They haven't captured Leviathan, but he knows through different wave soundings. He knows through different pitch that it's something down there and it's something big.
Yep.
It's something.
Their knowledge and information that they present, we're able to take that and filter it, you know? Because a lot of the things that Esau says, of course, he's a deceiver, and of course, we don't believe everything this devil says, right? But a lot of the things that he's putting out there, if you have the spiritual eyes to see, you'll see that a lot of it is true. It's right.
And if I can say, this devil, because this devil, they actually got scholars that go search out, research, and you know, they ain't spiritual like us. We believe what the scriptures say.
That's
But
right.
this devil, he got to go actually dig it up, go research it, see it, believe, man.
Right.
And that's what they do. Esau search out everything that he can to try and prove it. That's why he know, man.
Yeah.
And then he got satellites out there that catch everything damn near on the earth. You know, and they don't caught like images in the water. You know, big, huge images that come up and just go back down like something huge. They don't go down with the well and see something bigger than that.
They got a lot of pictures they don't show to the media. And just like you said, they got satellite viewers. What's the symbol of America? The eagle. Eagle eye. The eagle eye. Oh, you watch that movie? That eagle eye style of us could not get away from that eye, man. He went far. Wow, he went everywhere. That eye was all over the place. Same thing applies to this day. We getting monitored right now. You got traffic light monitors. You have all these different cameras that's being turned on all around. Esau has it weaponized on a low level, and he has it also in the heavens. He sees everything, man. So seeing all these different things, he knows that it's a Most High. He knows that it's a power. That's why Donald Trump and his staff of individuals are speaking about it. Why you putting money in the heavens? All this money going towards the heavens, billions in the heavens. There's something out there. Esau knows that. That's right. They have these $10, $20, $30,000 telescopes. You know, these different individuals and scientists that actually study astrology and astronomy on a huge level. They get $1 million, I would say, grants for their research, and they seeing all kinds of stuff, man. That's why the devil can tell you that this planet is so many light years away. You know, it's planets made of diamonds. You got certain planets. This devil figured out that rain's diamonds, man. You think you don't see those different chariots and UFOs?
Mars.
Yeah.
Mars. They got different stuff on watching Mars. All these million dollar telescopes. And they're seeing all types of stuff, man. And there's a lot. There's also a lot that Esau knows that the Most High hasn't revealed yet. So he's just waiting. He's waiting. Holding back certain secrets. But Esau knows a lot of Esau. I say as far as like the heavens and different, things like that. They know a lot.
Hey, it's the reason why they call them what? Mad scientists.
Yeah, mad scientists.
They be seeing so much shit. They lose it.
They bugged out.
They can't even comb their hair regular no more. They've been seeing so much things. A lot of these mad scientists, you try to talk to them, you watch these mad scientists movies, they all jittery like that. Good.
They just in it. They just in the zone.
Yeah. They done seen so much stuff. See demons.
Yeah.
Spirits,
Demons.
revelations.
Yeah.
A lot of them they can't even explain.
It's like that science stuff.
They don't have no explanation.
They ain't got no explanation. And they can't tell anybody because what? They gonna think they're mad. They call them what? Mad? They gonna think they're crazy. Or conspiracy theories.
They think this is man right here. Because scriptures tell you that, like, it's about, they look at a kind of our lives man.
Strangeness about salvation.
Because they don't understand you know, the seriousness of this thing, man. They caught up in this matrix.
Right. Yeah. Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
That's right. And that's what this double do, man. He make men go with men. He make women go with women.
Yep.
And he even got gay lions, gay animals.
You got animals for
Herpes. God.
chlamydia.
Yeah.
You got fruits with GMO fruits without the seed. And it's double. And it's double. Got to get out of rulership, man.
That's right.
That's why the Lord only gave this double the rule, but for a short time, man. Because he's only supposed to be a whooping stick onto Israel, man. That's it, man. That's all the Lord created Esau for, man. The so-called white man. His duty was to be a whooping stick on the Jake. That's it. He done took it beyond a whole another level, man. That's why when the Most High bring the judgment down on you Edomites, it's gonna be hot, heavy, and ready, man. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh should outshine. That's why we out here, man.
That's right.
We in these last days, yo, when the Lord is about to deliver us, Lord willing, we probably be elect. We doing the things as the elect men would do. You know, Lord willing, we be delivered, man, because we at the end, man. All hell about to break loose, man. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? For shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
That's what the so-called white man does. He thinks he's the Most High. He says there is no Most High. He basically saying he made himself and he does what he wants. Man. You know, because he's that proud, man. But the Most High is about to bring that pride low on these damn devils, man. You know, by way of thermonuclear fire, man. You know.
And Esau, when you read in the scripture, that's one of the proudest nations, man. They were so proud they didn't want us to go through their different land, live in Egypt. You read, matter of fact, Psalm 137. But Edom in that day saying, race it.
Oh yeah.
Even to the foundations thereof.
Yep.
Esau's always been a thorn in our side, so to speak. That's why when David went to go to war against those Edomites, David and his men were staking out. They didn't get no sleep that night. Multiple nights. To the point that those Edomites in that land was killed off, man. They should have none of them, man.
Right.
Why? Because they knew that that nation was a nation of wickedness and enemies, man. They hated the Jews on a divine level, outside of how the other different nations hated.
Right.
You know, the Egyptians, we had wars with them, but they didn't hate us to the level and the magnitude of Esau.
Because may I add, Esau would go as far as stripping our nationality. The other nations would let us keep our customs, man. Esau didn't do that. He didn't want that. That's why in the back of the Maccabees time, you know, with Antiochus, it was an attempt to take our nationality away. But you had the Maccabees that prevent that. But not until we got to America where our nationality was fully taken away from us. It's only these Edomites that don't want us to know that we Israel. At least these other nations, they let us keep our customs, man.
Yeah,
they got these damn devils, man.
He said protect us on the seventh day.
Yeah. He made us eat pork.
Yep.
Until this day. And the same thing applies. We ain't celebrating our holiday days. We celebrating the defeat of our nation. Thanksgiving. But that's the next holiday to come up. You got Native Americans that celebrating Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. That shit be pissing me off, man.
That don't make no sense. Columbus Day. You got certain, like you had this bitch, and I actually got to say it frank, man. The chick was talking about some, Trump. What she said? Thanksgiving. Get the fuck out of here. If you're illegal, get the fuck out of here.
But they're deporting your ass.
Yeah, she might be.
Man. And that just goes to show how brainwashed these people are, man.
That's
how much a part of the system they are. To the point that you have Native Americans and people that are coming up against their own. They're coming up against their own history, man. You know, they're actually against their own history. They're for the so-called white man, and they're basically disgracing their forefathers, disgracing their heavenly father, man. You know, that's blasphemy.
And Kanye West, slavery was a choice, man.
Slavery, like a nigga had a sign up sheet. Like when Esau went to West Africa, he was giving out applications. You got these jobs for you Negroes, you got this nice ship. It's gonna be a little stuffy, but just make a way. Y'all gonna get paid $50.
That nigga got to be on some under some MK
That nigga
Ultra,
probably
MK Ultra or something, because that nigga just.
I ain't taking out
That
that
nigga probably a hologram, man. You trying to touch him, the whole hand go through him, man.
I got a precept.
Jake, man. And that's why we said Jake needs death, man.
Man, that's what the scriptures say. These niggas gonna wake up to everlasting shame and content in the kingdom, man. Because Jake is completely bugged out here, man. They completely throwing away what we went through, man. Everlasting shame and content. That's how they gonna be in the kingdom, man. With their head down.
Yep.
We're gonna be in the kingdom in our glory, man. They gonna be good. Don't get it wrong. But they gonna be shameful, man, because the Most High gonna put in their spirit. This what you was doing in America, in Babylon, yo.
Degenerate,
Yep.
God.
eating swine. You just living the filthiest of life.
One brother posted up this damn Eve was a nigga woman. She was like, I'm not black or white. She was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, that Raven, that one right there.
It was crazy as hell.
They want to be everything, but they attach themselves to their tribe. But you go, you got that.
This is so where we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion.
So it's that by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. When you read the scriptures, when you sit yourself down, and the scriptures that really represents being in a low and destitute state. So we fell hard, man. What they say? Hit rock bottom. We hit rock bottom at that time, not singular, plural as a nation.
We done splattered on the concrete. Man.
Yeah, we splattered on the concrete. We as the concrete. On the ground. Lowest of the low. See?
Verse 2, we were hanged. We hanged our hearts upon the willows in the midst thereof.
See?
For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
So when they carried us away in captivity, they required us to sing that good old song. Just like when we came to the Americas, you watch that on different movies like Amistad, you'll see the Negro spirituals, man. And those Negro spirituals, when you go into those lyrics, they be heavy, man. You got Swing Low Sweet Chariot. You have a song. Yeah, that's a heavy one. They're talking about the chariots of the Most High. You know, you have this one song by Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong got this song called "Go Down Moses." Basically speaking about how. Yep, that's exactly what he was saying. Because he basically said we going through the same thing that Moses was saying that the Israelites were going through in Egypt, man. And you have that saying, you working like a Hebrew slave.
Yep.
See, our people know through the spirit, but they just don't have the GPS to direct themselves to really being in those people. They have the inkling, you know. They have the zeal, but not according to knowledge. Beautiful. Yeah, I got it. We got on that song again.
Verse 3 again, for there they that carried us away captive required us a song, and they that wasted us required us a word.
Here it is, they spoiled us, they stole all of our goods, and they want us to walk to their land and beat the drums like we won the victory. Look at the 4th of July. Here it is, July 4th, 1776. You Negroes was in the bottom of the bottom of slavery.
Right.
You was eating pork. You was in those different dens. You was in those different basically boxes, picking cotton. Over there in Jamaica, chopping sugar cane and different things of that nature. You know, you was getting beat all the day long. Your women were getting raped. Your children were getting raped. A lot of times, the men was getting raped. Buck break.
Yep.
But you would have today popping fireworks, celebrating like they got the victory. Like, what the hell did you sell? Whenever you pop fireworks, a lot of lights, whatever. that really represents that you actually got a victory. Whenever nations actually, like when King David actually got the Ark of the Covenant back, all the people hit the streets. That was a parade. They said that he gave a flagon of wine to all his every citizen, just giving out drink in abundance. He got so drunk that, of course, he exposed himself. But it was a parade. So these same jakes that actually parade themselves around, it's the same. It's the process. They said that they were wasting away, but they was required to sing and jovialness, man. But back then, we wasn't trying to sing no song, man. That's why we in that spirit now. We ain't trying to sing no song. This is the song that we sing. We ain't trying to get no goddamn rappers in this country, man. Speaking about the uplift, trying to get down in no way, shape, or form with this place.
That's right.
We want our own. Yeah. Me and Singers, one of them songs was like, go into the book of Psalms, read some of those good songs, which is the form of mockery. Because that's how the devil talks, He'll speak like he's sincerely asking, but really, he wants you to shame yourself. Sing that song now, nigga. Sing it.
And he always wanted entertainment.
Dance, buck dance. Paint your face while you doing it. And that was the same thing back in the day. When they had Jake on media, painting their faces and things of that thing, blackface, big lips, buck dance, watermelon. Yeah, watermelon, content, all those stereotypes, the same thing.
That's right.
So that's the way it don't hit.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Hit the nigga. You got the nigga right there in the middle. You got to throw the ball and hit the ball in the one.
They had little baby Edomites with chains around big bulky Jake and humiliate them that way, walking them around like dogs, man.
Yeah. Hey, same thing with these rappers, man. A lot of these different, especially these sports athletes, they basically get talked to like children, man. They technical referees. There'd be a 5'2" referee calling, throwing out a 7
Right.
fucking center out of the game like a little kick. Goddamn man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just shoot the ball, nigga.
Oh yeah, that one Edomite. Just shut up and dribble.
Basically, just shoot the ball,
Hey,
nigga.
Dr. Jordan even said that this week. You need to just shut up and dribble because that's a coon ass nigga, man.
Yeah, that's
I would never buy his shoes, man. Yeah, he was the ultimate sellout, man. The Jake, man. He had just like a fucking Edomite.
Well, you have the national anthem,
Uh-huh.
which the national anthem. Hey, if brothers can do this when you get a chance. Look up the origins of the national anthem. That's a real slave ass song, right? That's the highest. That shit is damn near worse than the ice cream song. That ice cream song got some real demonic, slave lyrics. That shit got some slave lyrics in it too. But you had the individual at Colin Kaepernick that want to cooperate. They kicked his ass like the team. They threw his basically shit it all over. Yeah. They wasn't gonna publish anything pertaining to him. They didn't want to deal with him on the whole. You had Trump speaking about the same thing. It's like if these basketball players and football players don't want to listen, they like, man, get them the fuck out of there, man. Yeah.
That's a bold devil, man.
Basically, if you don't want to get down with the fact that you're a slave in this country, then we don't need you no more.
That's right.
They don't even need Negroes and Latinos no more. You see how they doing these Latinos? Everything's already built up. They don't need niggas no more. They don't need to build it anymore.
Well, in a way they do because if we would have quit our jobs and leave, this things will fall overnight. That's why they don't want
to fall anyway.
Yeah, come. That's right.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing. They're gonna crash it themselves. So really, it's really ultimately it's whenever the Most High pull the plug.
Right.
But they're gonna have the control to pull the plug on the economy whenever.
And they already want to put day-to-day assets.
We're going to want to implement the new world order.
That's it. That's the ship. That's right, bro. Right.
This is verse 4. Thou shalt be seen the our song in a strange land. Verse 5. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem.
Yeah, it said, how can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Meaning we foreigners in this land. We aliens. District 9 show you, and they know that that's talking about Jacob Straight. Those Hamites was looking to kill off they were looking like roaches or something. Really aliens. They was looking to kill the aliens and drink their blood. But you seen on District 9 how the aliens was under extreme curses. They was in poverty. And what was on top of them aliens? They had a big ass cherry. And at the end, they got delivered, man. So Esau knowing that at the end of the day, they're in the earth before, the ones that's at the bottom of the totem pole in the kingdom to come, they're gonna be the rulers and kings.
First shall be last, last shall be first.
Come on.
This is verse 5. If I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning.
That's really amazing. You got something to say?
Yeah, this is Revelation 5 and 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
This is the new song, man. We're singing the new song of Yahweh singing outside, man. Right? The ultimate goal is to gather our elect brothers, if we're part of the elect ourselves, to bring our people back to repentance. To tell you the scripture said the Lord would rather you repent than to be destroyed. Right? When they hear it, they think they don't truly believe. Like the brother said earlier. Right? They don't have no fear. All right? They trust in their oppression. All right? They trust in Esau's government. That's why everybody ran off the boat this past week. And for what? We was making mockery of the whole situation. Everybody here voted for the nigga one. She probably not gonna win. But you voted. Go ahead, I'll bring it.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 17 and 5. Thus said Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
See? Next time, hey, read that again, huh?
Thus, so like Jeremiah 17 and 5. Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that putteth trust that slot. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Yeah, you trust in the wickedness, man.
Uh-huh.
In Egypt. You trust in Egypt. It's the same people that trusted in Egypt back then that wanted to go back to Egypt.
They wanted to turn around.
They wanted to, after seeing all the miracles, after being delivered, after watching Pharaoh be destroyed, okay? These the same people that wanted to go back into slavery.
I got something quick for you. Just like you said, they wanted to go back into slavery. This is Numbers 11 and 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely.
See, these niggas want to go back into captivity. Right here it is when we're opening your minds and your spirit, all right, to further a country that's already going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Right? We know World War III's coming. It's all over the news. That's right. It's everywhere. Y'all running to the polls to vote. For what? It don't work.
The vote don't even matter.
Don't even count.
It doesn't count.
If I can say, Jake always been fucking stubborn, man. Just like when we got delivered out of Egypt, man. Jake wanted to go back to Egypt because they was getting fed meat. You know, they meat and fruits. You know, and just like a nigga, man. We want to go back.
That's Jake, man. Hey, what's funny about the scripture which I'm gonna read? It said that's Jake. Jake ain't nothing but if you give Jake a good fish fry, a barbecue, and some watermelon, Jake good. And it says that in the scripture. It says, which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons.
No. Jake loved melons.
Jake loved watermelon.
Loved melons, man.
That's the stereotype, because actually when you read it, and I read a little bit of commentary on there just to see what scholars was going to say about it, but it was basically saying that they live right by the Nile region. They built the treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses, but they lived in, if I'm not mistaken, Gershon. They lived in that land, and through that land, they had access to a lot of fish. But that Nile area, you got free access to a lot of fish. So Jake felt like they was on the come up in it. They was in the wilderness, and they was walking and they was eating manna. They like, man, this ain't good enough.
It says, and the leeks, and the onions, and the garlic.
Jake had everything in Egypt. You know, they had everything. Lord put that spirit on Moses to bring us up out of there. He showed all the signs. He showed his power.
Right.
Gave him, he told him who he was. Right? He brought you out of captivity, man.
Right.
And all these niggas can think about is the onions and the melons. That's it.
All that shit.
And garlic and salt and
Right.
slavery. Because you're going to go right back in the building goddamn pyramids.
Right.
Before he left Egypt, the taskmaster said that he was going to double up the work and give him less food. The nation. Here it is, Nat Turner. He was pro getting the hell out of slavery. And you had niggas, they wasn't feeling that shit. They like, man, you don't see how massive that is? We eating two times a day now. We eat in the morning and tonight. And you trying to fuck that up? You know, and it was a lot of niggas like that in slavery. You know,
We got niggas today that's living it up. Yeah, that was like,
Yeah, a gift destroys the heart.
I can't destroy the heart. Yeah, you got a lot of jakes that's making $9,000 a year. You know, and shit, they want to stay. Their mind ain't they love it to stay. You know?
Like I say, just like Lot's wife. It's fun. You know, hey,
Some of the more witness out, but it had to be beautiful there. You know? Beautiful place. Yeah, she making a little money. Hey, they probably had a nice crib. You know? Hey, she want to leave all her nice things, jewelry, clothes, you know, whatever they had back in the ancient world, man. They wanted to stand on pressure, man. And that's how you get destroyed, man. Because when it's time to go and get up out of there, you gotta get up out of there, man.
That's right.
And we in that time where the Lord is about to make his return back into America, man. That's right.
That's
So
right.
we gotta get up out of this place so we won't go down with this place.
But that's not written up in the scriptures for us to flee, in that aspect of fleeing spiritually. That's right.
Micah 2:10.
I'm
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yeah, this is not our rest, man. All right, this is the Lord promised us the kingdom.
right.
All right, in the kingdom, we're going to be at rest. But right now, this is a place of labor. Esau's working the shit out of us, so the Lord going to work the shit out of us. Right? We got to be diligent in that. So,
It shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction.
see, if it is you want to stay in America, America's going to destroy you. Right? With those missiles. Right? America's going to destroy you, which the Lord is going to put the spirit on these damn devils to really blow themselves up.
Right.
You know? But that's what trusting in your oppression. That's what trusting in this system gets you.
That's
You know?
right.
I just want to make this real quick point. And, you know, these people, they wanting so bad to get this guy out of the office, this guy Donald Trump out of the Oval Office, but y'all voted him in.
Right.
2 years later, you trying to get him out now, not
Right.
realizing he still got 2 more fucking years.
and keep him there, man.
Right.
And let him be trying with a dictator shit. Let him be a fucking president for the rest of all time.
Yeah, that dude, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, which we believe Trump will be the last president.
Lord will.
The spirit, we believe that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Oh, you want to finish that?
Let me finish this one. This is Jeremiah 17:5. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from Yahweh." By Shem Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, your spirit, man. Here it is, you take your spirit from worshiping the Lord, you go follow a wicked man or his wicked society, or his wicked kingdom, or his wicked ways. You know? Esau sets this kingdom up in wickedness, man. Every law he creates, everything that he pushes is against the Holy Spirit. People want to keep going into the wickedness,
God.
indulging in the wickedness of this world, man.
That's
Because
right.
you can do whatever the fuck you so-called want around here.
As long as you being wicked.
As long as you being
You can't
right.
be righteous.
That's right.
You can't put a woman in her place. You know, when she's getting out of line, you can't put a sodomite to death. You gotta bear all this shit, man. You know, but that's part of the suffering, the burden that we gotta go through in this society, man. That's why the scriptures say, "Wait ye upon me till I rise unto the prey." You know,
That's right.
got it.
This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1.
Done.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
See, you people think by voting is gonna help. It didn't help when y'all put Obama Hamite ass in the office.
Gone.
That shit didn't work for 8 years. The niggas is happy as hell. He got it.
Hey, a brother, it's like a brother said he did more for them sodomites than he did for you damn niggas that voted him in, man.
And he actually, but that's true though.
Gone.
He gave them nice rights.
Right. What the rights he give you typical niggas, man? You know?
Put y'all in more debt.
Right.
Good. Paying y'all for the chip.
Mhm.
Yeah. Passed all kinds of laws to have you put in martial law.
The right to chip your ass.
Guillotine,
Gone.
concentration camps, FEMA, all that. He was busy than a motherfucker. Setting you up.
Throwing a perfect alley to Trump.
Oh yeah.
Pass.
Just like
No look alley.
God, it's like Trump down there in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It's just like the Democrats, see what the Democrats, they're like a slow kid. When the Republicans get in there, it's a everything just ramp up. You know, because they're more about war, and Trump is the perfect devil to get this war started, man, to get this martial law. Because those Republicans, man, they really ruthless, man, when it comes to oppressing Jake.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many.
Yeah, this guy getting ready to take us to World War III. You don't want him in the office, but you trust in the military. He's pushing for it. Here it is, he'll take all the money out of agriculture, school systems. He'll put all this money towards the war, funding, which is leading up to World War III. But you want him out of the damn office, but you trust in the army. People are stupid, man.
Gone.
People bugged out, man.
That's right.
Same thing with Egypt.
Same fucking thing.
Egypt was oppressing the shit out of Jake, man. And that Egyptian empire, that was a bad empire, man. They was technologically advanced. They had and Joseph made it that bad through that famine. And because Egypt didn't have the prophet Joseph there, actually God in that Pharaoh at that time, those Egyptians would have died during that famine, man.
That's right.
But the Lord put a spirit on Joseph to actually, get sold into Egypt by his brethren to actually elevate Egypt.
I got to say real quick too, Egypt fell any fucking ways.
Yeah.
Right.
So here it is, you people trying to rebuild America and create this false sense of security here. This place is gonna fall anyway.
That's right.
Just like it did in the ancient.
Yeah.
It says, and horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Yahweh Shem El Shah.
They don't seek the Lord, man. They don't look at the power of the Lord. They don't even look at his men. They think we just clowns,
Yeah.
quacks. We ain't got no jobs. You people, man, you got a rude awakening coming with this guy Trump, man. Go Trump, man.
Yeah, go
Say
Trump.
that,
Man, we root this devil.
Kick out more Mexico.
That's right.
Hey, they be getting on my fucking nerves when I be driving anyway, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Doing me a favor.
And they got that caravan.
Yeah.
They say it's like over 7,000 7,000 of them. That's they came from Honduras, right? Which is Zebulon, right? And they came from Honduras and I believe Guatemala. But they started with 700 or maybe like 400 or some low number. And they came up all the way, now they like maybe 500, 100 miles out of it, something like that. Now they up to 7,000 in numbers. And Trump is trying to get them to turn away, But it's going to be a clash, okay? Yeah, there's going to be something that's going to pop off at that border. You got it.
You say you send troops to the border, and a lot of times these different rallies and these organizational structures, they be provoked by agent provocateurs. You have a lot of agent provocateurs that actually create these different gatherings just to excite
That gives them a green light. That gives them a green light. Start shooting.
I got a quick article, headline. Since we're talking about the migrant group that's down there at the border, right? This is from the Washington Post, and it was published November 6th, last week, right? It says military issues warnings as armed vigilantes head to the border. You see, so it's not just the fucking military that's down there. You got private militias, basically, that's going down there, arming themselves. What do you think they're gonna do? It's about to get bad down there.
You got Mexican hating crackers they
All they
want to do is just get some guns and kill some Mexicans.
They're gonna go out there and kill them. They're gonna go out there and purge, man.
He's
Right.
right.
That's right. And this, I'm not making this up now.
Yeah, this is what's going on.
Look it up. This is actual, stories, man.
And there's going to be a number of things that's going to pop off in America where these different class riots are going to occur. You're going to have division between the blacks, so-called blacks and whites. You know, it shows you every time you cut on the goddamn internet, see some white person getting busted in mouth by a Negro for calling him a nigga, or you got some black person getting the shit beat out by a white guy. So the tension is already in the air. But the most side of this is the Lord's storyline. He ain't hasting nothing. He's actually building this thing up. Right? No?
So this is Matthew 24, verse 6.
Right.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
And you see, because we're not troubled about these things that are coming to pass, man. Why? Because we're being circumspect. We're being watchers, right? We're paying attention to the news, right? We're checking out articles, right? We're looking at politics. That's why we know so much about the things that's coming. But we're not troubled in the spirit because we know these things must come before the Lord comes, right? And when the Lord comes, Yahushua, he's going to bring destruction and salvation.
That's right.
Right? And that's called judgment. And for you people that don't believe, it's written up in the scriptures, which is the Holy Bible that the Lord gave. Right? Okay.
It says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, you see, the RFID microchip, race wars, things, like we're just speaking about, the martial law, all these things, the famine, the pestilence, like these things will come to pass. But it's World War III. But in the same time that this place is going to be destroyed, the elect is going to be beamed down here.
You know, they always, when World War I occurred, they had martial law. When World War II occurred, they had martial law too. And the same thing going to apply in World War III. You know, so all these different things are going to actually have a domino effect.
That's right.
When that pestilence outbreak and all these different things happen, a lot of people are going to be quarantined, cities going to be cut off, war is going to be looming, race riots is going to be basically property riots, resource, it's going to be resource war. Because really we're living in, that's why I say it's wars and rumors of war. Before the physical guns shoot at each other, prior to that you have proxy wars, you have resource wars, you have intelligence wars, where information is being, that's one of the highest forms of the warfare that we're going through right now. Intelligent exchanges, spyware, where Esau actually spying on these different countries. Why are they trying to retrieve all this information? So that they'll actually know pinpoints the different best areas to hit in those different countries. So they're actually going against each other prior to actually, shooting and killing one another. We're in a time of war right now, man.
Sure. You go ahead.
Yeah, we in the biggest part of the war ever, man. Right? We know about World War III, but we in that spiritual warfare right now, man.
That's right.
Right? We actually battling this demon, man, by coming out here, by proclaiming the Lord, man. Standing up stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shai, man. Even all these people that drive by, they don't, in the back of their mind, they don't want to see this. In reality, they can see that this is the downfall of the kingdom.
They like to be in their bubble, man.
Yeah.
So they bust.
That's right. Guess what? It's about to bust.
Yep.
Lord is about to bust this place, man.
That's right. I'm saying, niggas know what it is. Like that nigga that just rolled by in that bus stand. Loud ass. Just being loud for no reason. Like, blowing smoke and dirt lights and shit. Niggas don't want to get that shit up, man. Demons.
No.
God.
Yeah. Because he had his window down and hey, brother said something that ignited that demon in him. And he had to do all that unnecessary demonic ass bullshit. You know, Jake just get cut to the heart. And they can't accept the fact that America's going down because, like we was going into, they love this place, man. They love this modern day Egypt.
They
You know?
love January, man.
All
All these
world.
Steph and Fetch niggas. You had smoke?
Verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow."
These are the beginning of the sorrow. Right? Right? Like Brother Red, man, these things must come to pass. Right? Destruction has to come, man. Because the destruction comes to cleansing of the earth. It comes to cleansing of our people. Right? But it also brings the Lord, man. That's like how should it come?
Done.
You know?
And that's what we patiently waiting on, man. Oh, Lord, man. Lord, Yahweh Shai, man. Because that's the true name that you pronounce the Lord, man. Yahweh Shai, man. Not no Yahweh, Jesus. No, man. It's Yahweh Shai. That's the only begotten son of Yahweh. We waiting to come back, man, to deliver us out of this hell, man. Out of this queen, as a brother Yolanda said, man. No, it's a sick ass place, man.
That's right, bro. You have spoke about the safety, false safety of America. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. All of them dwelling without walls and having even bars from gates.
Meaning in America, they feel like they got it in their heart that nobody can take them down. They leaving their self open, out in the open. Even though they have all this cybersecurity, even though they have all these technological defenses, at the end of the day, they still actually leaving themselves vulnerable, man. Why? Because they're stretching the military too thin. And that's where I go wrong.
I can say that.
Devaluate. How wrong fell was devaluation of the point system, the immorality, stretching too far off the military and military invasion. You know, invasions from foreign countries. People still right to water ice. That's a lot of this stuff. Again, a lot of the military stuff. Yeah, you got hackers that's always going into the program. That's why we say we're in intelligence war. Because you got double agents out here. You got different CIA agents. They actually agents of Russia. Yeah, Russia's Korea, North Korea, Vietnam. They just taking all the information, speaking on different plots and schemes, and bringing that information back over to the different countries. That's right. And that's how they get dangerous. But these different nations, they got the nuclear capability. And it's like, why is America? It's like, why is America so vehemently trying to stop Iran's nuclear program? Iran ain't never, Iran hasn't invaded the country, never. But America has invaded over 66 countries since 1945. So what's the big problem with Iran? They know if Iran has that nuclear capability, that they are forced to be reckoned with. Such a little country with such weapons of mass destruction, they know that's a big problem. That's why they have to invade Iran. And these different countries all over is dropping the dollar. They're breaking up. Brexit, EU, and different things, different countries. Get the hell away from America. But there's nobody using the dollar.
They want to use currency that's backed by something, man, that they can prosper off of instead of getting this debt by using. When you use the dollar and trade this stuff with the dollar, the US dollar, you going to debt because America is the debt.
Right.
And the dollar is not backed by that.
Basically, everything's gold, but they give you some bullshit too.
That's all they
They
do.
give debt. Basically, God.
So when all hell breaks loose, all it's gonna be used is to light a fire and wipe your ass. That's it.
God.
Watch that movie, The Road. You know, they actually had dollar bills in the street. You know, it's a post-apocalyptic movie. All right, and they show you that in that day, that shit ain't gonna, it ain't nothing.
You show you that in another movie, like 28 Days Later. Had like damn money everywhere out there. Guy walking around out there just grabbing money.
Nobody want that shit.
Yeah, he want that.
Right.
When the system collapsed, the fake ass money collapsed with it. That's right.
Yeah, you're gonna see dollar bills all over the place.
That shit literally monopoly money.
Right.
Man. Like when you play monopoly, that's how the money gonna be out here.
This is verse 12 in Ezekiel 38. To take a spoil, to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land.
And that's these different people. You know, these different people are getting certain grants and loans. They're actually elevating in this country. Like Scripture says, victuals shall be so good cheap, they shall be taken there in good case. But even then, the perils is coming, man. But the prophecy of God and Magog got to come to pass. Them actually being protected to Persia, which Persia goes back to the Iranian people, man. That's why these different countries are setting themselves up and getting ready and preparing for war. The war drums beat. You had that quote, if you don't hear the war drums beating in your death, they beating loud and clear, man. There's war all around us. You got something?
Yeah. So 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh. Lord, so cometh as a thief in the night.
Yeah, before you actually steal, you go to somebody's house as in the style of robbing. The first thing you do is what? You watch the house. You'll have these different, you watch these different bank movies. These individuals that are breaking the bank. These individuals that are not just speaking in the building with a fake mask. These individuals that digging under walls, going through different manholes to get to those banks, they got a heavy blueprint. They know they can check in and check y'all routes to the security. So when Yahweh Shah comes, I'm saying all that to say that Yahweh Shah has this place under high monetization. He knows the blueprint of how to break this place down. You want to say that?
I was going to say that movies, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, they were master thieves.
Yeah, the Lord gonna take this place down as a mastermind, man. He already got the angels. You can't even see the angels before this time. You know, that's why the angels is also known as what? Clouds in the scriptures. You look up and see a cloud. Hey, when the scriptures speak about, if I'm not mistaken, Elisha and his servant, when he had took the scales from his eyes and showed him the angels in heaven, he said it's more of us than it is them. Because he thought that the armies was big. He seen a large army, and he was like, it's not, and show him that it was a great number of angels in the heaven. Yahweh Shah said that what? He could call down legions from heaven.
Legion is, how many?
7,000.
And he said it in a plural form.
I can call 12.
Yep. 12 legions. One angel can take out the whole
Right.
yeah,
How?
one angel. You had that one angel in the book of was that Samuel, when David numbered Israel, and the Lord actually had him choose what I think have a plague or I forget the spiritual.
I think famine was an option.
Yeah, famine was an option. And it was I think it was death. It was a form of death, but that angel came down and he introduced death. He was killing up so much, the Lord had to call him back, man. He was bloodthirsty, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, hold down that sword.
Yeah, he got it.
They love to do the bidding of Yahweh.
Tell you that Sarat,
Yeah.
he's Sarat.
Yo. So these angels, man, they like war dogs on the chain right now. Same thing with us. We represent the angels. The Lord got his men on the ground. He got the ground troops. Just like Esau got the area sent with the satellites
He got the fighter jets, and he got all these different aerial technology. He got the land troops, and he got the submarines and all this technology underwater. The Lord got the same thing. What he got underwater? He got Leviathan. That's enough to break up anything in that region, man. You know, he got the men on earth, and he got the angels in the heavens.
That's right.
Chariots in the heavens. See?
I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Verse 3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child."
And he saw the ultimate statue of peace, the New World Order. So that's what it's going to be accomplished. And that's the accomplished enterprise. And what it say in Job, the 20th chapter, that they swallow down riches that they're going to vomit upon.
That's right.
Esau is rich as hell, man. These top elitists, scripture say, man, the scripture say they live in fat.
They the only ones that's living when you think about it.
Yeah.
They the only ones that's actually living. These peon crackers ain't even doing it.
They desire it. Whatever they want, they get it. They got actual doctors that like natural resources. You know, they ain't taking no damn Percocets, the Vicodin. They got the heart. They got it.
You had that rock shot that had like seven heart transplants. That nigga can't afford no heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need a liver. They just buy a liver.
Yeah. All they insured for life. They have all these different banks, $1 million deals and things like that, multi-billion dollar deals dealing with these elites. They run the world. Job 9:24.
I got something real quick. It's Job 20:15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Yeah, he swallowed up the whole world. They got them Africans over there. They had them Africans mining for them blood diamonds.
Yep.
Blood, sweat, and tears to mine that, the diamonds, the oil, the different resources all throughout Africa. Africa's poor shit now. He got them tourist and poor, man.
Right.
They actually got them mining lithium,
You know, for the iPhone batteries. That's one of the resources that they use for that.
fucking vibranium, man.
Yeah, right here. Exactly. They're taking, just like a fictional Wakanda, you know, but you have, resources. Like in the movie, you have vibranium, which was supposed to be, the precious metal. You know, and then Esau came in and took that shit. Tried to.
And same thing over here, North America. They took on the gold from here. You had the California gold rush. We was doing a little bit of research on gas. They had the same thing in Dahlonega. Coming in Dahlonega in Georgia, off Georgia 400. They had different gold rushes there, man. These different individuals, when they was conquering the land, they was stealing all these different resources from this place. They rewritten. That's how you know that the devil runs this place, man. America is named after the white man. Africa is named after the white man. Asia is named after the white man.
No.
So the earth is given into the hand of who? The wicked, which is the white man.
All right, I got you right here.
That's right. This was a little more. It says, the Most High shall cast them out of his belly. All right, he shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. Oh, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter.
Meaning he's gonna lose everything that he actually swallowed down. Now these devils, it ain't nothing for them to have to drop them down and go to Arkansas, the most beautiful land. Go see the aurora lights. Go over there to Asia. Go to those different tourist attractions. It ain't nothing for these devils to tour year by year.
Right.
Some of these devils, and these just low level practice. Certain middle class, they don't tour for 4 or 5 months, man. How much more these different elites? They don't have to work a day in their life.
Right.
They children don't have to work a day in their life. Find us a women. Find a drink, $10,000 plates, $20,000. You have certain chocolate like truffles. Some of them shit be like $2,000-$3,000 for just a piece of it. That's a profit. Yeah. Yeah.
For 2,000-3,000 for that?
Yeah.
Like 20,000.
Yeah.
They eat the best food too, man. They don't eat this GMO.
Oh, hell no.
You know, they don't eat this GMO crap. Cause they set that up to destroy, you know, mainly us,
Yeah,
but to keep the people dumbed down.
yeah, right.
You know.
That which he restored for, it's like that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down.
So all the things that he worked for to destroy these different lands that he took, he gonna have to pay that back. Payback, man. Recompense.
Yeah.
That's why it says with Jeremiah the 49th chapter how he's gonna suck the breast of kings. Meaning we're gonna pull all the resources back from you. Whenever you suck something, it's you drawing that energy, drawing those resources back. If you suck in the breast of kings, meaning you take the breast of the scriptures represent the bosom.
Right.
The bosom, that's where you have the word invest. Whenever you invest inside invest is your budget, which is your bosom. What do you put in your investments? Riches, assets, substance. So whatever is in these different kings' breasts, their investments, whether it's hard assets, resources, oil, all these different technologies, we're gonna confiscate all that, man. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. We're gonna do them red fox style. We're gonna take the ring off the finger.
It belongs to us anyway.
Like it belongs to her. Right. Come on.
Yeah, it says, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
This devil don't want to get that back, man. He do not want to liberate us. But Esau don't want to give away 40 acres and a mule. And that ain't it, because he said we was less of the human. That's why we so-called didn't get the 40 acres and a mule.
Yo. Yeah. I got it.
This is John chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they may have it more abundantly.
So that's the devils, man. They come steal, kill, and destroy. Look at their history. That's all they done. I did a video on how these devils people covetous. They can steal, bomb people, and take natural resources. You know, he ain't gonna stop till the missile drop, basically. So that's pretty much it. You know? So with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. We have the brothers come down here from Atlanta, a few of them. All right, we're gonna say again all praises. We're gonna give our praises and glorifications to Yahweh, myself, y'all shout myself, we call the dice. Double honor to the apostles and great millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth. I say again, Shalom. Kwam Yashala. And back to America. Shalom.